everyone, welcome to another episode of Shiz and Giggles, our weekly wind down podcast where we talk about everything and anything. My name is Jenna and I'm going to be your host today, but I am never alone. My first co-host is a lover of all things true crime, a Taurus sun and moon, and puts hot sauce and sriracha on everything. Let this girl spice up your life. It's Demi.
Hi, Jenna.
Hi, Demi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing phenomenal. It's Friday. All right.
Oh.
Next, we have my second co-host who loves to cook, hang out with her dog, travel, and enjoy a nice glass of wine. She has a passion for painting, sculpture, and all things plants. A crafter, a tinkerer by nature. She loves to learn and has been in the world of events for 8 years. An avid indoor gardener and owner of 100+ plants. It's Heather.
What up, y'all?
Hey, hey.
Hi.
Podcast. Welcome.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Me too. Okay, let's kick things off this week and talk about another trending topic. This week, it's all about organization and productivity. Life can feel like it's moving quickly when there is a ton of stuff to do and can slow down when the workload feels light. Everyone organizes their life and time differently in order to stay on top of their busy schedules. Some use calendar appointments and reminders, others organize by spreadsheets or planners, but overall, everyone has a different system that makes sense to them. So I'd like to ask my co-hosts and people watching. My hair's going crazy right now. Hold on. Sorry.
You're dealing with the elements.
I know. I wanted to go outside. Do you two or anyone watching have any tips on how you would organize your life to make sure you don't miss anything? And what helps you stay focused on the task at hand?
So something for me that helps me stay focused on the task at hand, especially if I'm in a laptop like I am right now, is I make sure that the only thing that I'm working on at the moment is the only thing open in my tabs. Because if I have like this open and my calendar and my email open, I'm so likely to be like, oh, I should check my email really quick. And I get so unfocused and end up moving to a different task. And 20, 30 minutes later, I go back to it and I'm like, I don't even know what I was doing, where my track was. So I'm definitely someone like I have to have it all separated or else I get really distracted by the other things going on.
Definitely feel that. For sure. What about you, Heather?
I like batching, so I like doing things that are similar at the same time. I also have found that to be extremely extraordinary when like organizing physical things. So when I clean and organize, like for example, my office, I have this office drawer where all like items are together. So it's like markers, pens, this, that, sticky notes. I also do it with like personal items, like every year I have a box that's like sentimental items and I order them, organize them by box and stuff. So just compartmentalizing things. Yeah, I do that.
An organizer. We love it. Yeah, I'm a planner kind of person. So I like every Sunday I sit down, I have like a whiteboard kind of calendar and I like plan out my week, and I'll do that the same thing in my notebook. And I'll like each day, the way I have my planner set up is I have like a little section down at the bottom of each day of like 5 tasks that I need to get done. And like I try and make like 3 of those like actual tasks and then 2 of them like self kind of tasks. So like whether that be one of my tasks be like reading, just because I feel like when you give a break, it like helps your mind kind of reset and allow you to like get other stuff done too.
For sure. When I was in college and I had like really long study days, I would write down my whole schedule for the day and it'd be like 12 to 1 study, 1 to 1:30, eat lunch and take a break.
The wind.
Hair everywhere.
I know.
Okay. Wow, that's real dedication, Demi.
It was just like, because the thing is like I would get so wrapped up in it, I wouldn't take a break. And by the end of the day, I was so drained out that I hadn't even like cognitively kept any of the information.
Yeah. And then I also wanted to ask you guys, what keeps you motivated and productive during this time? Because I know things are starting to ease up with COVID a little bit, but we're still like in a pandemic. So how do you keep motivated and on task during this?
I like to look at the end goal. I'm someone who like is very much, I like to see what's going to happen at the end and work towards that, because if I only look at all the small things happening now, I don't see the big point of it, and then I get frustrated and upset. So like I'm planning my dad's surprise birthday party, and all of these I hope he's not watching.
I was about to say that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't think he watches this. So like, Dad, if you're watching it, pretend you don't know. But I'm planning it right now, and honestly, it's fun, but I'm like, this is just so tedious, like calling all of his friends from like high school, like old time friends, because it's his 50th. And I'm like, but then I think about like how excited he's going to be day of, and it makes it all worth it.
For sure.
A show. For me, threefold, it would be, hi, Emily! Special feature. So that'd be threefold. So one would be, is it something that is making me feel fulfilled in life? So something that makes me feel like I have a sense of purpose. So keeping on track and just making sure I'm doing something that makes me feel that way. Another one is loved ones, them keeping me on track, and then money.
Everyone got to make that money. I felt that. I felt that.
Yes. So those three things.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having a little discussion with me. But without further ado, we know why everyone comes to the show. It's our segments. So I want to start us off with Demi's segment, which is It Takes Two.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So the reason I didn't answer Jenna's first question she asked is because that's actually what I'm talking about today for my It Takes Two. So with this being about organization and planning, and for my it takes two ways to be organized in your life. I truly believe that. I think you need to have two separate things, one for work and one for your at-home life, because you don't need to get that stuff mixed up. So first, I'm going to talk about the way I keep organized at work. So at work, we use Google Calendar, which you can see right here. We all are subscribed to each other's calendars, and I do it by day so that I can look at what everyone's doing throughout the day, so I know what a good time is to ask questions or communicate with people if we need to work on something together, to schedule meetings. And at the beginning of every week, I go in and I check our weekly calendar and daily calendar, and I try to just keep up to date with what everyone in the office is doing, because sometimes we all forget there are a couple of people in the office, and a lot of times we're focused on our own schedules. But having everyone's schedules right there is just so nice, because you don't have to look at each other and be like, hey, what time are you doing this? Or what time are you doing that? Or do you have meetings today? Having this all in one place is really super helpful. And at the beginning of the day, I go into my calendar, and I'm a very visual person. So if I can't see my calendar all day, I'll forget about it. So I'm going to show you something right now. I still have it on my laptop. Every day I take a sticky note. You can't really see what's on it, but I write out my schedule on that, and I put the times and what it's for, and I highlight them as I do them. That way I can see it all day, and if I get really held up in working on something, I can remind myself that I have that meeting going on or whatever else I have to do that day, because if not, I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to be late to meetings. So those are kind of the big ways I keep focused at work. At home, I meant to bring it today, completely forgot because it's Friday. I have a planner, and in my planner, I keep all of my personal life in. So I have a schedule of, I've been trying to get back into working out. So I color code my journal on like what days I work out. So I highlight days, I color them in with a colored pencil. And that way I can actually visually see how much I'm working out or what days I want to work out. I also have all of my friends' birthdays and vacation dates. That way at work, I'm not like, oh, my vacation's coming up, I'm so excited, and forget about everything else I'm doing. And at home, I don't want to keep my office stuff in there, because being at home is time for rest. And if you have too much of your office stuff around, you're going to want to work. That's just the truth of it. You start thinking about all the things you need to do at work, and you're like, I'll just get it done now. I'll just do it now, and then it's over. Well, that's not how it works. So that's the two ways that I keep track of my daily life and I stay organized. So again, recap: Google Calendar and an at-home journal. And just so you know, you can have multiple Google Calendars. You could have an at-home one and a work one. So that's all I got.
Wow, thanks, Demi. I like that. I love that we have Google Calendars at work. I think it's a great way for all of us to stay in contact and stuff. And again, like I told you before, I'm a planner girl too, so I appreciate a good planner. All right. Well, I think we're going to head on to our next segment, which is with Heather. And her segment is You Grow Girl.
Hey y'all, what's up? Heather in the house. Going back to planners, I tried to commit to a paper planner post college, and I just couldn't. Couldn't keep it together. But anywho, that's not what we're here for. We're here for plants. So I am a plant lady, bona fide plant lady. I have 100+ plants in my house. I've gone to almost all of the plant nurseries, and those aren't just those are my personal plants. It's not even the plants that I sell. So if I'm including the plants that I sell, I have probably about 300 that are segmented in my 4th bedroom. Anywho, I digress. So here,
your air quality must be so nice.
Oh my gosh, the air quality is incredible. I will say, super side note, that dusting all of those is a project.
Oh yeah.
So super pro tip, get yourself some fuzzy gloves. Put some fuzzy gloves on and just wipe them down.
That's smart.
So I didn't fully commit. I should have. I wanted to bring my whole plant, but it was huge and I had to walk like 3 blocks. And I'm like, I'm not carrying those 3 blocks. Anyways, so I cut off a cutting of one of my marble queen plants, and we are going to propagate some plants. Okay. So this is going to be a multi-segment. So today we're going to cut them. I'm going to show you how to cut them. And then the next time I'm on, we'll see how far they've grown. And then the next time I'm on, they should be ready to plant. So this should be a 3 to 4 part process. Okay. So first things first, we're going to take this cutting. See, look at this. Can you see the variegation in these leaves, y'all? Isn't this gorgeous? So this is the tip where you can tell, because can you tell how like curled the leaf is? So that means it's a newer leaf. Anyways, so this is the leaf. This is the stem, and then this little thing is called an aerial root. Do you see that little node there?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is you're going to take some clean scissors, and I'm not going to cut my headphones. Hold on. You're going to take some clean scissors, and you want to cut about 1/2 inch down, snip at a slight angle, and then you're going to put this in a cup of water. Okay. So tap water is fine. If you're like real into it, you can collect rainwater. I do have a rainwater bucket in my backyard. So you can collect water like that too. And you're just going to work your way down. So you're just going to cut and repeat, cut and repeat. You can actually cut, like if you don't have a leaf or a stem from this, you can actually cut this right off and straight up use the node to grow a plant from. So if you're a super plant person, or if you're in plant groups and someone's trying to sell you like a super rare plant, like a pink princess, and it has no leaves on it, be like, girl, I'll buy that node from you for $40. That is a deal, because that plant will end up being like a $600-700 plant.
Oh my gosh.
My aunt has one. It's beautiful.
So we're just going to cut and repeat. So I'm going to do this all the way down. And what we hope to, luckily pothos grows really, or pothos, depending on how you say it, they grow really fast. So hopefully by my next segment, we'll see some roots on it, which will be super fun.
Oh my gosh. I know we have that kind of plant in my parents' house back home, and that thing grows like so fast. Oh my gosh. We like trimmed it, I think maybe over the summer, and we were trimming like, I'm talking feet of like plant.
Yes, they're so awesome. Yep. And when these grow, everyone in the office, you can take one home.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, my aunt has like a giant plant room, Heather. I feel like you'd be obsessed with it. It has like
probably would.
all of these like diffusers to make sure they stay moist, and then she has like a glass case for some of like her really rare special ones. And
oh yes, we gotta talk.
Crazy. Oh yeah, y'all would get along. Y'all get along really well.
Yes.
I can barely keep one plant alive in my apartment right now.
It's okay. You can cook babka, girl. So you're good. You're good.
Well, we have cats at my apartment, so they tend to eat them.
Yes.
It's not a good time.
Hey, Jenna, you're reading my mind. I was actually going to do a segment on poisonous plants for
animals
and dogs. So stay tuned.
We gotta stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I will. Heather, I'm gonna get some plant tips from you, because apart from the cat situation, I don't have a green thumb at all whatsoever. But I kind of want to start like a little herb garden, so I might get some tips from you.
Yes, please do. Herbs are super awesome. And just to tie it back into this here, once you cut them, just put it in a nice little cup of water. Some folks like to, you can use transparent glass. You can also use amber bottles. People tend to think that if you use amber bottles, it kind of tricks the plant into thinking it's soil because it's darker. It's a theory. Don't know if it's true, but something you could do. But yeah, ask away about plants. Love talking about them.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for informing us and with the plant. I didn't know you could do that with just like a plant. I didn't know.
You can propagate almost anything. There's certain ones that you can't, but
yeah. Wild. Crazy. Well, thanks for showing us that.
You're welcome.
Thanks for showing us.
You're welcome. Have a good Friday.
Awesome. Well, I think I'm going to move on to our last segment, which is mine. Not saying it's the best, but I'm a little bit biased with Who Said That? All right. So I'm going to explain it because I don't know if me and Heather have done a podcast together yet. So I don't know if she's aware of how my little segment goes, but it's a little bit like a game. So basically, I'm going to say a quote, and then I'm going to give you 3 options, and then you have to try and pick which of the 3 options you think said the quote. Yeah?
Got it.
Cool. All right. So going along with the theme of motivation, first up, we have the best way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. All right. So our choices are A, Steve Jobs, B, Mark Zuckerberg, or C, Walt Disney.
I'm going to say Walt Disney.
Okay. Okay.
I was going to say Steve Jobs.
All right. All right. I'm gonna give some time for the people in the comments to type in their answers. See if
what's up, people in the comments.
I know we got Christine in the house, so I don't know, but I'm curious about your reasoning behind this one. What is your train of thought? Why did you pick the answer you picked?
Oh, because I like Walt Disney.
Okay, fair. Fair.
Steve Jobs is a hard worker.
Okay.
Quit talking, begin doing. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to say Demi is correct, and the correct answer is Walt Disney.
Woo!
So good on Demi. All right.
I'm normally bad at this game.
I know. I think today might be a little bit easier. Okay. I think they seem like pretty stereotypical quotes. The last one might be a little hard, but moving on to the next quote. If you are working on something that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. All right. We have Henry Ford, Steve Jobs, and Franklin D. Roosevelt. Or Roosevelt, however you want to say his last name. I thought it was Roosevelt, and then someone corrected me once, so I don't really know.
I think it's Roosevelt.
It is? Yeah, that's what I thought too, but then someone was like...
Sure, that's what the history book says.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What are you guys thinking?
I'm going to say Henry.
Really?
Okay.
I'm going to stick to Steve Jobs. One of these has to be
Henry.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say...
I'm probably wrong.
Heather, you are correct. Good on sticking to Steve Jobs.
Man, I almost went with Steve Jobs because I was like, there's no way he's listed twice and not actually saying this.
Yeah.
Always bet on black, Demi.
I need to throw you off your game a little bit.
No.
All right. Now, this one might be a little bit difficult, okay? If you know their work and what they do, it may not be as hard. However, I'll say the quote nonetheless. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we've seen our options. Our first option is C.S. Lewis, Eleanor Roosevelt, and then Babe Ruth.
I'm going to go with Babe.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Eleanor.
That was my second choice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? All right.
We're both wrong.
Probably.
You are both incorrect.
Man, I almost switched it too.
Lewis. He wrote Narnia. How do you not think he's going to make a dream?
I don't know. You said familiar with his work, and I was like, I don't know him.
All right. Well, that about wraps up my session for today with Who Said That? But I want to talk to my co-host a little bit. Are there any takeaways you have from today's show? Anything you want to bring up again? Something that's on your mind?
I'm gonna bring up the same takeaway I bring up a lot because I just feel like it's really important. It's Friday and the weekend is coming, and we've all had a really long week, especially Jenna and Jasmine and Andrea. We've like the rest of us at AAP have also had long weeks, but not quite as intense as the other people in the office. So everyone needs to go home and rest. And if it is sunny, get some vitamin D because it's been cloudy lately.
Yeah, of course. What about you, Heather? Any lasting thoughts? Anything you want to leave the people?
Oh, the people. Well, this has been fun. You're a lovely host. I've really enjoyed this, and I'm excited for my margarita.
We, for those who don't know, for those who are watching, we had a little bit of a Shabbat / fiesta happening in the office today. So we got some good food going on.
I forgot to mention that I meant to bring my sombrero.
All right, everyone. Well, I want to thank my wonderful co-hosts so much, Demi and Heather, and a special thanks to all of you watching at home. We hope to see you again. We stream every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can find us on the All About Presentation YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn page. If you can't make it, though, no worries. We will post all of our episodes on our YouTube channel and onto our IGTV videos. Happy Friday, and have a great weekend.
Stay joyful.